Hi, and welcome back to One Woman Circus. I'm Christina, and we are going to talk about how my market went over the weekend. Give me 1 second. I forgot to turn my light on. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Nice glare on my glasses. That's why I try not to look up if I don't have to. You see that cute little glare? Anywho, so yeah, you'll notice right now I have a giant ass bag of Polyfill right here and then another one right here. So fun fact, there was a huge sale on Polyfill a while back. Oh, it's really hot in my office right now. There's a huge sale on Polyfill at Joann's, and one time I got the $10 box, or the 10 pound box, which was totally fine. I literally just finished using it like a week or two ago. And then there was another sale where you could use the coupon plus get another percentage off with picking it up, like the curbside pickup. And so I did that, and I got it for like a little bit more than half off. Like it was $100 for a 20 pound box of Polyfill, and I got it for, I want to say 48 or 42, something like that. I don't know, it was 40 something dollars, but anyways, that's a huge discount. Totally needed, totally necessary to get it to save money. So I was all over it and I got it. But yeah, so the 10 pound box, you have just a giant bag filled with the Polyfill, okay? Well, I got the 20 pound box and I thought it was gonna be the same thing. Like you open it up and it's gonna be a even more giant bag, and it was gonna be full of the 20 pounds of the Polyfill. I was wrong. So I opened up the box, and it's actually 2 bags of the 10 pound Polyfill. Totally fine, whatever. Pull one of them out. Mind you, this one was hard to get out in the first place, but I end up getting it out, open it up, and if you don't know, if you've never bought Polyfill that's big like that, it is vacuum sealed, so obviously to shrink it up to help with shipping and stuff like that. And so you have to like open it up and let it sit for a minute so it can repoof itself. Well, I did that, and it is like the biggest bag ever. It's huge. This is one of the 10 pounds, and I've used some already from the top, so it's not even completely full. So this is just one of them. So they're in this box. There was 2 of these bad boys, and I can't get the box closed now. Not sure where I'm gonna put all of it. I'll figure it out. But anyways, I had my market this weekend. Not really a market. It was called Crawfest, and it was a big a big crabfish boil, or crabfish. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. It's Monday and it feels like Monday. Crawfish boil. And then they had vendors. They had some bands that played, and they had a couple other food vendors, so that way you didn't have just the crawfish as a food choice. But it was really fun. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, had a good time and everything. My sales weren't the greatest, but they weren't too bad. But it was hotter than heck outside, okay? It was like, I think 103. Weird, and I was literally, this took place right on the river. And it was just, oh my God, I was so hot. I was sweating. I got sunburnt even though I was under my tent the entire time. Like literally no sun hit me other than for putting my booth up and taking my booth down. And each time it was under an hour, and I still got really burnt. Like the rays were just coming through my friggin' tent, and my tent is a dark like navy blue. But yeah, I need to remember, even though I'm under a tent, to put sunscreen because I still got burnt. I have a cute farmer's tan now. But let's go over everything. So I was a complete space case and forgot to make a video about what I took with me and what I had. So I didn't get to do that. My dog wants in. But I did remember to write down everything that I sold, and then the totals. So let's go over that. So, all right. The first one I sold, so I have stickers that I got from Temu. I got a whole bunch of different stickers and I just put them in a little basket up by where I sit, just like not cash register, but where they would come to pay me. And so it's a basket of stickers and then they are 2 for $1. And I had, my first sale was for 4 stickers, so that was $2. I had someone purchase a gold, and it's not gold, but it's the mustard color chicken. That was $15. And then I had this young couple. They were so nice, you guys. They were telling me about that they weren't from our area and that they had somebody, another couple, like a friend of theirs that's a couple, watching their house and their cat while they were gone, and so they wanted to get something for them, like as a gift, to say thank you, and say that they chose stuff from my booth to do that. I was so appreciative. So they got a mini axolotl for $15. One of my succulent hanging plants that I showed a while back on another video for $20, and then a triceratops for $15. So that brought their total order to $50. The next one I sold was, I think it's trademark, so I don't want to say it, a white dog with black ears, and he was $40. And then I sold my second succulent for $20, which honestly, you guys, I was really surprised that the succulents sold. Like, I've never sold the succulents before. I rarely use medium weight yarn. I usually use my Premier, the chunky yarn. But yeah, these ones were made out of just the regular acrylic yarn that's weight 4, I believe, which is the medium weight. Takes a long time to make stuff with it, but I wanted to do it with the succulent ones because I thought they were just super cute. They were more of a smaller item, and so I just wanted to try it. I made 2 of them. I made a string of turtles and a string of monstera. And it's not even called string of monstera, but it looks like a string of them, just like the string of turtles, but it's monstera leaves instead of the turtle leaves. But yeah, I sold both of those and they sold pretty darn quick. I was very surprised, so I'm definitely going to be making more of those. And then next I sold a pickle keychain for $7, a blueberry for $10. I sold my loaf cat finally. I don't know if you remember, but he was, or he, she, whatever, was a gray cat, and it was a loaf cat pattern. It was one of the first items that I made, and it was the first item I think I made out of blanket yarn. But yeah, that little guy sold, and that one was $20. Somebody else got 2 stickers for $1. Someone got a cat that wears a red bow in its hair and then 2 stickers. So both of those added together was $26. I made 3 not giant, but larger turtles. It's the All From Jade pattern. I made 3 larger turtles in that pattern out of the, oh shoot, what was it? It's the super chunky yarn. It's not, it's like the Premier Parfait XL, but the Michaels one. I think it's baby, oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, it's equivalent to the Parfait Chunky XL, so it's the huge yarn. Instead of the turtles coming out like this big, they come out like this big. So I sold one of those that was a cream body, and I did a pink shell, and that one sold for $35. And then at the very end, like literally I was pretty much all packed up. I had everything packed up and I was bringing my tent down to get it folded in and stuff. And these people came over that had been there earlier, and they had, I don't remember what they bought. I want to say they bought, a keychain. I think they bought the pickle keychain. Or maybe they had just, I think they had just looked and they hadn't decided that they wanted anything, so they ended up leaving. Anywho, excuse me, but they came back and the daughter had wanted to get the other 2 turtles that were left over that I had, which were the big turtles. And I had them priced at $35 each during the show and stuff. And she's like, well, my daughter really wanted like one of the turtles. Do you still have them? I was like, yeah, let me open my bag and we'll see what, like, I know I have 2 left. I don't know if it's the one that you want or not, but I'll open it up and see. So I go in and she's like, well, if I get both of them that you have left, will you give me a deal? And honestly, it was hotter than balls outside and I just wanted, you know, to be able to make the sale. So I was like, you know what? Okay, they're $35 each, but I'll give you both of them for, so $35 each, they should have come out to $70. I said, I'll give you both of them for $60, and she ended up doing it. So she got the 2 turtles for $60, and yeah, so she got those. And so that was it. I was surprised that more larger items sold this time. Usually it's my smaller items. So I mean, that was really nice. That was actually really nice to see that, you know, some people still want the bigger stuff. So in cash, I made $80. In credit card or / debit, I made $206, which comes out to a total of $286. And then my booth fee was $75. So my total profit was $211. Again, not a huge number, but it's okay. I mean, I'm still learning. My setup is still in progress. I'll put a video at the end of what my booth looked like. And I'll put in my video that I made. Once I realized, like, hey, I need to make a video for YouTube again. I'll put it at the end also. Oh my gosh, I am a freaking hot mess. Like, I always look a hot mess because I don't ever do my hair, hardly ever. I don't hardly ever put makeup on. I work from home, you know, I have 3 kids. I have a million things going on all the time. So just getting ready all the time isn't a huge priority for me. And this is my YouTube channel. You're going to get the best of me and you're going to get the worst of me. And if you like it, cool. If not, there's other channels where people dress up and look amazing. So have fun with that. No shade to them though. Kudos that they have the time and the patience and stuff to do that on top of everything else they do. It's just not a huge priority for me. Just not that kind of person. But I do every once in a while. But I will say I'm so glad that I didn't try to put makeup on or do my hair for this show in particular, because one, we were literally, it was at a park that was right on the river. So it was it wasn't super, what in the heck is that word? I always have trouble remembering this word, but it wasn't super, not damp, not the word damp. It's not the M word. I hate the M word. That is the ugliest word in the world. Humid. Holy cow. Humid. It wasn't super humid. It was a little bit, but I mean, it was enough that it would have made my hair go if I had straightened it. So there would have been no point with that. But everyone was just sweating so much that I probably would have looked like I had put on a face of makeup and gone through the car wash with my windows down if I had put makeup on. Because all the girls and stuff, I don't know how they kept their hair and everything on point, because they were sweating buckets too, and somehow it wasn't coming off their face. Oh my god, I would have looked like the Joker by the end. But yeah, other than that, it was fun. I was supposed to be going in another month to it's called Celebration. I'm located in Washington State, and this one was going to be a little, not super far, but it's down in Oregon. So I would have had to drive, I think 3-4 hours, something like that, which I don't care. I don't mind driving, but it was it's going to be 2 days, and I would have had to do or rent a hotel or a motel, and I just don't know if it would have been worth it. So while I was at this show, I had a woman come up and was looking at my stuff, and she just loved everything that I had, and she let me know, you know, that her daughter helps run another big event that's in our area. I've never personally heard of the event, but I looked it up and everything, and it's actually going to be like their 27th year, I want to say, this year of doing it, and it's a music festival, and they do like handmade craft vendors as well, to be there during the music festival. So I thought, you know, sure, I want to do the other one, but the costs that are going to come out, I don't think will, and maybe they will be, I don't know, it's unknown, but if I can save my travel time and stuff like that and still be able to come home, not have to rent a motel, then I'm going to do that. It's what it boils down to. So I messaged the person today. I emailed her that I saw that ran it, or the vendor part at least. And she said, yeah, you know, we don't have anybody that's doing crochet. So, and that's one thing I do is I always check, first of all, if they have somebody doing crochet plushies. And then she said, no, she doesn't have anybody. She'd love for me to come. And then the second thing I always check for is I let them know, you know, if I want to go, I'd say, you know, awesome, I would love to come, but I do have a question. And my question to them is always, do you offer, and I don't know how to word it, simply, I guess is the word, but I ask, do you do basically like vendor exclusivity? So I explain to them, you know, if I'm coming as a crochet plushie vendor, am I going to be the only crochet plushie vendor? And if they say no, we don't offer exclusivity, then I don't do it. I have had where they don't offer it and say that I can be a vendor, but there's already somebody else doing it, and they do let me know there's somebody else doing it, and I politely turn it down just because I feel like it's more out of respect for the other person that has already signed up, and maybe other vendors don't feel the same way about that, crochet vendors, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to encroach on somebody else's business. I don't want to encroach on somebody else's potential for a show, because I know if it's me, I would not want that done to me. So that's just how I feel about that. You might not feel the same way. That's totally fine, but that's just how I operate, and it's what I'm comfortable with. But anyway, she let me know that it is exclusive, so I would be the only one doing it. So I'm going to be filling that out and getting that paid for. It's a 2-day event. It's on Memorial Day weekend. So from now on, basically, I'm going to be prepping for that show. I don't think I'm going to do a ton more of actual plushies, seeing as how I didn't sell a super ton. Like, I'm going to do more turtles just because it seemed like even older people were buying the turtles. So I will go ahead and do some of those. I might do a couple more other things, but I'm actually going to start focusing for this show, since I think it's going to be primarily grown-ups at this show. I think I'm going to focus more on the succulent stuff, and then doing cactuses also, the crochet cactus ones that are in like the crochet pots and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I already started making another string of turtles that I'm pretty much done with. I just have to put it together tonight. And yeah, that's what I have coming up. Trying to think if there's anything else. I want to say that's it. And if you want to see how my setup was, go ahead and watch after this and see me in my freaking hot mess glory afterwards, when I was just miserable after I got done packing up everything. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great week. If you remember, like and subscribe. I'm almost to 500 subscribers. I am so close, and I am so grateful for that, and I want to thank everybody for that. If you have time, go and follow me on Instagram. My IG handle and my TikTok handle will be at the bottom. And everybody be kind to each other. And I will see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, so I just finished packing up and leaving the Crawfest festival. I'm super tired. I'm ridiculously sweaty. It was like 103 degrees today, not even exaggerating. That's what it was. So as you can see, I'm like a hot, sweaty mess. Yes, I'm in the car. I should be driving, but I'm not, because just as I'm leaving, it's right next to railroad tracks, and to get to where I need to go over the railroad tracks. And there's a train going right now, and it's like a mile-long train, and it's moving at like a freaking snail's pace. I was feeling fine all day, and then at the end of packing up, I think it's just the heat. I'm so damn hot. I just feel like crap now. So I'm drinking water and trying to hydrate, but it doesn't help. I have to pee. I was like, oh, I can wait till because I have to go pick up my daughter once I'm like out of here. It's like, I'll wait to go till I get her, because I didn't want to use the porta potties if I didn't absolutely have to. It's like, I'll be fine. And then the train. So I feel sick. I have to go to the bathroom. Sweaty as hell. Look at the glisten. Look at all that. That's beautiful. But other than that, it was really fun. Other than the heat, yeah, it was really fun. They had the crawfish boil, which was super cool. I didn't get any footage of during the festival thing, but they had a few live bands, which was really neat. It was a little bit hard to hear sometimes, but it wasn't too bad. I did decent with sales. I thought I was going to do a teeny bit better, but it's okay. I got at least my booth feedback and all that, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so gonna go home, and I don't know if I'll get to my numbers tonight, but it'll be like 2 seconds for you guys whenever I do get to it. But yeah, everyone have a great weekend. Later.